This is week 4 of my YouTube community analytics, and it's not going as I was hoping. I ended up with getting 12 views on my new video and 1 watch hour and 1 new subscriber. But instead of being discouraged, I want to share with you what I tried, what I learned, and what didn't work out, and so I'm going to change it. Let's go ahead and start just with looking at my YouTube analytics for this week, and I'll be talking about it. All right, let's go. So we're in my YouTube analytics, and you can see here's my newest view. Here is my newest video. This was last week, week 3. This one change may boost your views. It did mine. Well, this is the one thing of many that I learned is that just because it worked maybe once or twice doesn't mean it's always going to work. So what happened here was this one change was that I added my videos to social media. Well, this week it really didn't do much. I put my video up. It did not look like this. Okay. It was a totally different thumbnail, different title, and I put it up. I thought it was ready to go. I thought it was strong. And when it came to on here, there wasn't much action. Okay. As you guys know, I have like 3 or 4 views of my own. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let's just see. Well, I got a maximum of 10 views. And you can see it's like, well, 12. Yes. The last 2 I will share in just a moment. And so just keep sticking around. So yeah, so I was like, oh man, okay. And so I even asked my daughter, like, hey, what can I do when you see this? So she gave me some tips. We went ahead and we changed it so it was like this. And I put it back on to Reddit, and I got 2 more views. I got excited. I thought, oh, here it is. And then it stopped again. So what I learned is that social media can help. Maybe if you already have somewhat of a following, but when it's on Reddit, for me personally, I really haven't been on it. I have had Reddit for 3 years, but I really didn't do much with it. So people don't know me there either. So I have a strong feeling that if you don't have much presence in both, maybe it's a little bit harder to get going. I still think it's a way to grow. So I'm going to still keep doing it, but I just know that not everyone's going to be a hit. Okay, the other thing that I learned is, and I think I mentioned this before in the last video, is that thumbnails, titles, the whole packaging is really important. The topic. Now, here's the thing with this niche. When it comes to YouTube, a community, growing on YouTube, it's a harder niche to grow. I already knew that from just watching other people that are like me that haven't been monetized, and they kind of just show their journey. They don't have as many views or subscribers. And if you do know some other YouTubers that are doing that, but they actually are like, they get a lot of views or a lot of subscribers, a lot of engagement, please put it down in the comments below, just because I like to watch and learn from them too and follow their journey. Okay. But the ones that I found were struggling. And so I went into this knowing that this one would be a little bit harder. But to be honest, it's doing a lot better than my book channel did. So that's good news. But what I want to share with you here is, besides the topic, is thumbnail title. So I want to show you how many times I go through fixing the thumbnail and the title. So right now I'm just in my Adobe Express because I wanted to get to my download so it's easy to see. And what I want to show you right here, week 3 YouTube growth. Week 2, look how many times, 10 times I changed it. And it could have been small little tweaks to just changing the whole thing. Just trying to figure it out. All right, so you can see that I know it's important, and so I'm trying to figure it out. So some things that I did learn. I have noticed on, especially my finance channel, because I definitely have a lot more subscribers there. Still not monetized, but I'm working on it. But my subscribers, my viewers, they like when my expression is really excited. Like, you know. And I've been watching other YouTube gurus, and they mentioned that, yeah, most people like to see a happy expression, an excited expression. So I'm really trying to work on that, and also making myself bigger, because that was something I had done in thumbnails and stuff. Is I used to have where I mean, I was still there, but it wasn't like right in your face kind of thing. It seems like people click on more when they can really see the expression. And so you got to be a little bit bigger. The other thing that I learned from another YouTube guru as I was just listening is that they usually will put their text on the left or the center of the thumbnail because people read in the United States, because that's where most of my viewers are, from left to right. So kind of interesting. I mean, I still do see thumbnails where it's on the right-hand side, and I did also on the right-hand side. But I noticed that on my finance channel, my views are growing faster, but that could be so many different other reasons, not just because, oh, I changed it to the left side. But I think it's worth trying it out. So if you are doing it on the right side, just see if you change it to the left side, see if it works. Okay. The other thing, and this one is kind of like, that you feel like it's a no-brainer, but it's like, oh, well, yeah. But I really have been focusing more in making sure that my thumbnail text is large enough and it's contrast to my background and stuff like that. You can really see it. And the other thing is with the title, you want to create that curiosity, but you also want your thumbnail to be able to, they complete each other, but they can also stand alone. So you can see here with my title, one change equals more views. That's telling you, even without my title, what this is about. I'm going to be telling you about some change that happened that can give you more views on your channel. And then, of course, in the title, this one change may boost your views. It did mine. So it gives you a little bit more, but it can stand alone. You don't need a thumbnail to know what I'm going to be talking about. So I find that still hard to do, but it's something that I'm learning, and I know that that's important. Okay, going off with thumbnails and titles, the other thing that I have learned is with the A/B testing, because I'm a new channel, and I even noticed this even on my finance channel, you know, it doesn't always work out because you need so many views to get any information. What I started doing was actually just putting on my community post, and I would put the two pictures and just ask people to vote which one they like better. That actually has worked better for me than the A/B testing. I also am still really focusing on the engagement, but I want to get the clicks, because if you don't have the clicks, you're not going to get the views. But once they're in, really focus on, the engagement. And so I'm really still focusing on you and making sure that my videos are for you, the viewer. What value can you get out of it? Getting away from me. And it's going to be you. So look at if you're having trouble growing, see if that might be part of the problem. It's not enough value for your viewers. You're still kind of focusing more on you. All right, now I want to just show the analytics for this week compared to last week. Okay, so we're doing the last 7 days, and you can see right now here that I have 13 views, 1 watch hour, 1 subscriber. And you can see how, and then it was kind of dead. And then even here, and then finally went up 1. Now let's look at the lifetime, because that's what I've been telling you information about, so we can kind of see a little bit of the difference. And when I say lifetime, I got to be very specific on the dates, because I've actually had this channel for over a year, but I had changed it. So I want to put July 28th to today, because this is accurate. Okay, so right now I'm at 132 views, 6.2 watch hours, and I've gained 5 subscribers because I already had 5. Last week, I was at 107 views, 4.9 watch hours, and 4 subscribers. Now let's look at impressions. Okay, so impressions, I'm at 4,266, and last week was 3.5 thousand. So gone up a little bit, not as much as it was, but because people just were not interested in my latest video. We'll see how this one goes. I'm in it for the long haul. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about here is the click-through rate, because you can see I'm getting more impressions on certain ones that have a higher views, which makes sense, because then it's like, oh, people like this, let me send it out to more. But with that comes the problem of it's being sent out more, but there's not as many people clicking on it. Where if you just keep it like, oh, a few people, and I'm going to stop here, the click-through rate seems really high. If you've been watching my growth, you see the first week, I was like, holy cow, my click-through rate's so high. But I knew that it was artificial because I was just like, I don't have that many impressions, so it's going to be high. As I'm getting more and more impressions, and you can see right here, go to analytics, my click-through rate is very low, 0.9%. That is extremely low. And then let's look here on week 2, the one that has done the best. I click through 1.1%. Now that's not great at all. However, that's kind of expected with a brand new channel. If YouTube pushes it out more because they're trying to help you out, but still not that many people click on it because they don't know you, they're not interested in the topic, or you're still learning the thumbnail and title, your click-through rate is going to be extremely low. But it's more important for YouTube to push out your channel and you to get more impressions than it is for YouTube to go, I'm just going to keep it right here until you have a high click-through rate. Because no one is clicking on your videos at all. So no one's going to see. They're not going to watch it to see if they can connect with you, if they like what you have to say. So I'm not concerned right now that my click-through rate is so low. Do I like seeing it that low? No, not really. I'm like, oh, what I'm doing wrong. But then I got to remember, oh my gosh, no, it's because the channel is so new. People don't know me. So I'm going to give it some time. I just want YouTube to keep pushing it out. So hopefully that's when you're doing it, that's what you realize too. Okay. Obviously, I don't have it all figured out, but I'm going to keep doing it. That is the most important thing we can do to help our channel. Don't give up. There's going to be times where you're like, forget this, I'm so tired. But as I mentioned in the past, YouTube is doing its job. We just might not see it right away. Give it time. You know, I was super happy yesterday when I went to 10 subscribers because I had been at 9 for a while, and I was like, at some point I'm going to get 10. And I'm hoping that YouTube is finding my audience. And if you are subscribed to me and you're watching, thank you so much. Thank you if you made it to the end. I really appreciate that you watched it. Until next time, bye.